get larger sizes, all the way up to super jumbos and gigantics for a whole lot less than you'd expect to pay. So if it's time to replace that tree or add a tree to your lot, think first of Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. All it takes is one visit and you'll be sold. Bob Wine's, open daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3 in town, but out of the traffic in the same blooming place since 1952.
Hi, this is Lisa McGinnis, editor of Ocala Magazine and host of Ocala Magazine Radio. Join me every Friday at 10 a.m. when we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life. There's only one Ocala Magazine and only one source for local news talk radio. Tune in Friday at 10 a.m. right here on 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadway's mega hit Mamma Mia is live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater May 17th through June 17th. ABBA favorites like Dancing Queen, Super Trooper, and Mamma Mia are all part of the fun musical about what happens when you surprise your mom by inviting all three men who might be your dad to your wedding. On sale now. 352-236-2274 or buy online at okalacivictheater.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Auto repair with personal care, we know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right, will treat you right.
I'm just having too much fun today. Matt Gibbs is here from Sunrise Automotive. If you have a question about your car, your truck, your SUV. You know, yesterday I went to the eye doctor and he said I got a couple of little cataracts. I said, wow, I haven't never had a cataract.
You got you a cataract.
The phone number here is the same number it is for all the shows here at WOCA, 622-9622. Matt not only fixes cars, but sells cars. And I got my car from Matt, and I got it after my other car couldn't be fixed anymore. And you always fixed my car. And Robin recently had her car fixed over at your place, so... good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Larry. How are you?
Yeah, you know what happened with Robin's car. You weren't there that day. It was that little plastic reservoir that feeds water into the radiator. Yeah. It finally sprung a leak to the tune of a gallon a day or something like that. So that was too much water. It was a tiny little pinhole, then it started getting worse.
Yeah, that's what happens.
What, do they dry out? Is that what happens?
They dry out. They're just plastic.
Oh my gosh, that was too much fun.
Where was I? Oh, I must have been.
You weren't there. I don't know where you were.
Huh. I don't know.
I don't think you were there the day she dropped it off, and I don't think you were there when she picked it up either.
Well, that should have been the same day, right?
Well, that's right.
Usually we get you done the same day.
No, that's true. No, we dropped it off when you guys were closed. That's right. She dropped it off, and we dropped the key into the little slot there. So you ready for a phone call?
Yeah, let's take it.
All right. Good morning. You're on there with Matt.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Hey.
Good morning.
I have a question, and someone asked me, I'm not sure. When import car, 5-speed manual transmission, and you push start it as the battery goes down forward. If you're sitting in a situation where you can only go backwards, can you push start that car in reverse, and how does that exactly work? I'll hang up and listen to the answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? I think it would work. Theoretically, it should work. If you had it in reverse and you pushed it in reverse and popped the clutch.
Yeah.
It should start.
Right.
But the way it works is that with a manual transmission, without the clutch being applied, the engine and the transmission are all turning together. You see what I'm saying? So with it in gear,
right?
If you roll the wheels, it's going to turn your drive shaft, which is going to then turn your transmission, which then is going to turn your engine, and that's how you get it to start.
Oh, really? So it's really the same thing as the old crank.
Exactly.
But
right.
you can't do that with automatic, right?
No, in automatic you can't do that with, because the torque converter is the link between the engine and the transmission. And the torque converter is like this. The easiest way to describe what a torque converter does, like an analogy, would be like if you set up a fan and two fans and you had them facing each other, but you only turn one fan on. And it's blowing into the other fan. What is it? What is the other fan going to do?
It's going to turn.
It's going to turn
right.
because of the force of the air that's causing it to turn. Right. And that's the way a torque converter. That's how an automatic transmission basically works.
Wow, that's never been explained to me before. I sort of understand it actually.
So
believe it or not. Well, hey, I saw something on a YouTube video. Is this true? This guy was opening locked cars with a toilet bowl plunger. Is that true? Can you do that?
I don't know. I mean, how is I? You know what though? Here, after when my wife called me up on the phone and one day and told me about the spark plugs,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, babe, really? I don't doubt anything. I'd have to see it, and then you know me, Larry.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy. I see it, and then I'll go out there.
Okay. All right. Did I ever tell you this? I think I knew you when I did this. This was in the Cascades. I had seen a video that said if you put a hole in a tennis ball and push it up against your lock on your car key, where you the car key hole, and then push it, the air pressure will unlock your door. And I did that. I don't know if you remember this. My key hole fell in. Do you remember that?
No, but that's.
But okay. the little thing you put your key in fell into the door, and I no longer had it. I had to go in through the passenger door.
Okay,
no?
And I can see that happening.
So I'm wondering if that would happen with the. Is there? I mean, could that actually happen? Air pressure opens your door.
I can. No, I understand the theory behind it, because what if you look at a key
right.
when you put the key in the hole?
Yeah.
It just what it does is it makes all the little tumblers all line up perfectly straight. But here's the thing, you have to still turn it. So even if you did squirt the air in a hole and all the tumblers go up, you still have to turn the lock.
So it's a trick. I mean, they're like it's somebody off camera with a remote controller or something.
Yeah, something. But I mean, but I can understand because a lot of times we rebuild the key cylinders. I understand how that works. So I can see what they're talking about, but you still have to turn it.
What is the worst vandalism you've ever seen on a car? Paint? Did you see that story the other day? Or these racial slurs somebody painted on this lady's car?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man. They painted her house and her car. And poor lady, I mean, her neighbors helped her with the house, but how do you paint the car? You got to go to a professional, right?
Yeah.
You think insurance covers that?
If you have the right insurance, I'm sure it would.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But the worst vandalism? I mean, as far as vandalism,
like a repair work you had to do that was intentionally caused by somebody.
Oh, they're I had a lady call me up one day and said, "My car won't start." So, and I just happened to be like where she lived and close to her neighborhood.
Right.
So I told her, I said, well, I'll just, because I give everybody my cell phone number, so everybody calls me on my cell phone. So I told her, I said, well, I'm close to you, so give me a few minutes, I'll come by your house and just take a look. So I went by her house, and they took a Sawzall and just literally cut and stole her gas tank.
Oh wow!
Catalytic converter.
Oh my gosh!
They literally just went in there with a saw and just cut her gas tank out, her catalytic converter off, and all this stuff. And that was sad. But the good part about it, she did have insurance to cover those things. Did
she have a car that was like new or like? Sometimes I think it's better to have a not so desirable car.
Well, I mean,
so people won't steal it.
I'm not going to sit there and make fun of nobody's car. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I mean, very desirable cars are probably.
This was a Ford Taurus.
Oh, okay. So it could be any car then.
So yeah,
they just needed the parts.
I think so, and a catalytic converter for those things are are pretty daggum expensive, I guess, because they stole this lady's stuff.
But there was a car show on during the weekend on one of the network shows that we carry, and they were talking about saving money doing it yourself. And I was thinking about what you say all the time, whereas, okay, well, who are you talking to? Because it's not going to be me. And then they said something about brake shoes, and I said, you know what? I used to do that with my dad. So is that like the only thing left that the average guy like me can actually maybe even attempt to do?
I think it always goes back to everybody's different. Everybody has an ability.
They've got an ability, yeah.
A skill. If you have the skill to do it yourself, then do it yourself.
I had to have my dad.
I have a lot of people that try to do it themselves.
But see, brakes is you don't want to do it wrong. I mean, you can't stop. That's gone. You're gone. Well, somebody's gone.
Some of the cars out there, some of these brakes they're pretty difficult to.
Yeah, I'm not going to do. I'm done doing it myself. So you'll see me for a while. You or Philip, somebody. All right, you do have a phone call, Matt. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, Matt. Sonny calling. To get back to the door locks and things, a lot of these cars today, they only have the lock in one door, which would be the driver's side door. The rest of the car, there's no provisions to put a key into. So God forbid something happens to the driver's side door, you're not getting in. And, even with because if your battery's affected or whatever, that's it. That little key fob isn't going to work. So this is something our automotive geniuses at the manufacturers have. What are they saving? $1 or $2 to put a key on the other side? Or I should say the lock on the other side of the car passenger door. But anyway, I'm wondering what you think about that, and I'd like to hear your comments on that, and I'll hang up. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, they have done that a lot. They put one key, there's one access, and that's in the driver's side. Even like trunks and lift gates on SUVs.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Stuff.
That's mine.
There's no way to get in them, but there is ways to get in them, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Because I thought about that with mine. If the key ever fell into the door again, like that one, I can't get into my vehicle.
Oh, but you can.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't, but I can.
But you could open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's ways. There's ways.
Without the fob?
Without the fob, without the key, I can get in your car.
Is it true that FOB stands for Future of Breaking In? I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, that's exactly what it stands for.
The Future of Breaking In. It's a fob.
The future is a fob.
No, I can tell you're not telling the truth. What does it really mean? Fob.
Who knows? I don't see. I don't. It's a.
I thought it meant finger on button because you put your finger on the button.
Sounds good, Larry. Sounds good. Let's call the fob finger on the button. I don't know. It's just you're just told when you're young, this is a key fob, and you never question it.
I never was told that when I was young. Oh my God.
I don't question it.
So we have a segment we're going to do later on with Joe.
Okay.
And it's things you could buy for $1,000, and for $1,000, you could have bought. I wonder if there's a car on this thing.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me find this here. Oh, come on. You could have bought... Sorry. Oh, come on. Are you looking at your watch? Okay. $1,000 you could have bought... Oh, a Studebaker Light 6 in the year 1922.
Oh, okay.
1922, a Studebaker Light 6. What does that mean, Light 6?
I have no idea.
$1,000.
Okay.
Is that a good car?
I don't know. Are there still Studebakers running around?
I don't know. That sounds like a lot of money for 1922, doesn't it?
1922.
That must have been an expensive car then, right?
Well, look at when what was it? The Model Ts came out back in the day.
How much were they?
I think they were $400 new.
Oh, really? And that was a lot of money.
But that was a lot of money then.
For the day.
But I think they were originally like $700. Then they learned how to mass produce, drop the price of them, and that's when Henry Ford had 15 million of them out there. That's what created our middle income folks.
Yeah,
it really was. The car business was huge.
Oh, we got the phone ringing. Let's take some calls. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt. Hello. Are you there? Good morning. You're on the air. Going once, going twice. Are you there? I hear somebody trying to talk. Hello? Maybe somebody butt dialed you. You think it's possible?
That could be.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Yes, I'm over here and I'm on the air. Thank you. See, speaking about, prices of cars way back, my father bought his first home in 1933 for $2,200. It was a Cape Cod type home. It wasn't a real big home, but $2,200 bought on a half-acre lot.
Wow.
So, anyways, getting back to the subject here, I was watching NASCAR this last weekend, and one of the commercials came on, and right away I thought, I got to call this program up. Matt's got to give me an idea. Mobil One was advertising one of their oils that would protect your car engine for 20,000 miles. What is your take on that?
Yeah, if it's the first 20,000 miles.
Not the second 20.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Everybody said, Mobil One is big, is huge partnership with General Motors, number one. So, and I'm sure somewhere down the line, General Motors went to Mobil One and said, hey, this is what we want to accomplish. Can you help us do that? And Mobil One says, through testing and doing all the research, and Mobil One is a good oil for what you're going to do. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put no oil in my car and let it sit there for 20,000 miles. Is that what you're saying, Hugh? Is like you don't have to change it, but every 20,000 miles?
Well, I changed every 4,000 miles, so you figure 20,000 miles. That oil is probably good enough to eat.
Here's my biggest thing. That my biggest fear and my biggest concern is even like using Schaefer's oil. Well, I'm telling people they can go 6,000 miles. What if you have a little leak somewhere?
Yeah.
And you're not the oil kind of checky kind of person.
Yeah, me. That's me.
But you're opening yourself to a big, huge mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the last several years, I've been buying new General Motors products, and they all come with synthetic oil. Now, it's just a normal thing.
Yeah, synthetic oil is definitely that's in. Conventional oil is pretty much out on everything.
Is synthetic oil 100% pure synthetic, or is it still mixed with oil?
Say that again. You were breaking up.
The synthetic oil, is that 100% synthetic, or is there a little bit of other stuff mixed in with it?
No, if it's saying I'm a synthetic oil, it's 100% synthetic. If it's a blend, then it's going to have conventional oil and synthetic oil, or they say it's conventional.
Do you know what it is, synthetic oil?
Do I know? What do you mean by what it is?
Well, what is it?
It's instead of being refined from an oil base, like where gasoline coming from, this is man-made. It's man-made synthetic. And now, what they are using to process and make this stuff, no, I don't really know. We have that one caller that calls every once in a while that is an oil genius, and he'll call and tell us exactly what its properties are. But I'm not a chemist. I don't make this stuff. I use it and I use things and I see how things work and I talk to customers and I see how they like things, and that's how I learn about what's good, what's not good, the research that I do. And like Larry, I do these experiments all the time, checking stuff out, and that's what that's how I discover what's good and what's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Was synthetic oil basically first started with like NASCAR and racing cars?
Oh, I'm sure that they're using all synthetic stuff. I know that a lot of all Richard Petty's cars and I got to drive a NASCAR at Daytona, 24 laps at Daytona, and I know that all the oil that Richard Petty driving experience uses, that they use nothing but Schaefer's. And this is, this is STP.
Oh, wow.
Richard Petty, king of NASCAR, and, always had the number 43 STP car. They use Schaefer's oil in all of their cars for the Richard Petty driving experience.
How come you don't hear that product advertised more?
If you research Schaefer's oil, just research it, you'll hear Richard Petty talk all about it.
Okay, well, I guess it must be good for your motor. So I've been with synthetic oil for as long as I can remember, and in the future, I'm not going to go 20,000 miles because my dad's not with me anymore. But he wouldn't like that.
Nah, I don't like it either.
Okay, have a good day, guys.
You too, buddy.
If you had a bucket list of a road that you wish you could drive, would it be the Autobahn, or would it be? I mean, is there in your life you want to go down a certain road?
Nah.
I have one.
Do you?
Yeah, the Pacific Coast Highway.
Oh. It must be on the Pacific Coast.
Yeah. I always thought, wouldn't
it's
it
like from like all the way from
I don't know.
Washington down to.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far it goes. I know it goes hundreds of miles, but it looks beautiful. It looks like it's right. If you're heading north, the ocean's on your left. There's mountains on your right.
Oh, okay.
But the ideal would be in a convertible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not in a little red one.
Why? What's wrong with that one?
No.
I saw a convertible the other day. It was so cool.
I can't think of a road that I'd put on my bucket list that I need to drive down.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because we have a lady, she's going to do a presentation on the old Dixie Highway.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. It went through. It went from Chicago to Miami or Chattanooga to Miami. I'm not sure where the northern point is, where it ended or started, but it came through Ocala.
Really?
The old Dixie. Yeah. So she's going to talk about it at an event coming up. I think I have the event over here. We had a story the other day about a guy 90 years old at a NASCAR race, and he's the oldest NASCAR driver ever. And I can't remember his name. And I just looked for it. I can't find it. But wait. Is this?
Oh, you mean that used to be a NASCAR driver?
No. He drove the car in the race.
What race?
Oh my gosh! Okay, let me look it up.
Oh, come on, Larry! You can't do this to me.
Why?
I don't know.
Why can't I do it? Okay,
I guess you can.
90-year-old NASCAR driver. Yeah, okay, there it is. 90-year-old NASCAR driver. Yeah, this was in the news the other day. 90-year-old becomes the oldest driver to compete in NASCAR sanctioned event. See right there?
Oh, okay. NASCAR sanctioned event. So,
what's the difference?
Well, it doesn't necessarily. I mean.
It's the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West.
Okay.
That's not the same thing?
That's not the guys that you watch on TV on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But it is a NASCAR. I mean, it's kind of like, the NASCAR, they got the truck series, they got the, you know what I'm saying? There's all, NASCAR is huge.
What does K&N mean, do you know?
K&N is an air filter. That's who sponsors that.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like Budweiser would be the sponsor.
But don't they reach the same speeds, or no, they don't go as fast?
They may get probably not. I'm not sure what the K&N.
But he also played the trombone before the race.
What, did like Star Spangled Banner or something?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sitting here texting my wife.
What are you telling her?
Just telling her I'm on the radio.
Oh, okay. You've done radio a while when you're comfortable doing that kind of stuff. Well, I did a 360 photo the last show.
Yes, it did. Yes, you did, and it really would. At first, it really boggled my brain.
Hey, did you hear this thing that there's a new law that all new cars must have backup cameras?
No.
Reverse cameras?
Oh, really?
I mean, want me to look that one up too?
You know what? I think that's a pretty good deal. I think backup cameras are cool.
Well, they're it's a law now.
It's a law. I remember when the third brake lights became a law back in 1985.
Oh, I have a question about that for you too. All right, so the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration issued a proposed rule Monday requiring all new light vehicles, including cars, SUVs, trucks, and vans, to have rear view visibility systems.
They're proposed.
Well, that was March 31st, and I think it said it was passed since then. I could be wrong about that, but anyway. So the third light, the middle light, Robbins is out. Is that hard to change, or we got to come to you for that? Never mind.
I don't give it a shot.
Never mind.
Give it a shot. See what happens.
Is it not just a screw somewhere? Or?
I'm sure. Well, I on that, but I every car is different, so it's kind of hard to remember.
So it's a law.
All I know is this: if it was a Hyundai, yeah, I'd say good luck.
All right. So a policeman sees Robin without that on, and she's gonna get a ticket.
No, I don't think that's a. I don't think that's a lawful thing. I don't think you can get a ticket for. I think they may give her a warning. They would give her. They more than likely would tell her to get it fixed. But yes, bring. Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to pop a bulb in it, see what happens. You can't do it. Just bring it over.
All right.
Right. I'll make that simple.
Phone line is open if you want to call in. The number is 622-9622. So no road you want to travel on, huh? Not
that's what I can think of. Just the road that brings me home. That's the only that's the only road I care about.
All right. What's your phone number? How do we get a hold of you?
You can get me at 352.
Oh, go ahead.
690-1993. 1993. 690-1993.
Go see Matt. We recommend Matt for a couple of reasons. First of all, he's very fair, knowledgeable, quick, affordable, and our friend. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump said about the Iran nuclear agreement, even as a candidate in 2016.
I think the deal is horrible. I think the deal is absolutely horrible for us.
Today, he'll announce whether he intends for the United States to stay in it. Some other world leaders have told him Iran is in compliance and the U.S. should not withdraw. The announcement scheduled at 2 o'clock Eastern. It's primary day in Indiana, North Carolina, Ohio, and West Virginia.
In Indiana, a three-way Republican race for Senate has been expensive and nasty. The winner will face Democratic incumbent Joe Donnelly. In West Virginia, 6 Republicans are vying to take on Democrat Joe Manchin. One of the candidates, Don Blankenship, got a disappointment when President Trump tweeted that he can't beat Manchin. In Ohio, 5 Republicans are battling for a shot at Democrat Sherrod Brown. In North Carolina, 13 House incumbents are seeking re-election.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Todd, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782.
$782? Liberty did what?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Maybe I should switch to Liberty Mutual.
Visit us online to... Hey, stop echoing.
Sorry.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Ocala Aviation now has opportunities for flight instructors.
Wait, hold on. Brad, is this correct? You're looking for instructors, not students?
Actually, we're looking for both.
Well, that's descriptive.
Well, I need flight instructors because we're now affiliated with a major university and can offer 4-year degrees. Plus, we're also approved to work directly with VA students.
Okay, so a degree in what, and what's a VA student?
Well, it's a bachelor's degree in aeronautics, which includes a commercial pilot's license, and there's financial aid available. By VA students, I mean veterans. They now have access to new benefits to pay for flight training.
Okay, so you have new opportunities for new students. What about the instructor side of it?
Well, with new students, we need more instructors.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So, if anyone out there is a flight instructor, I want to encourage them to come see me. And if they're not an instructor but have their commercial license, we can help them become an instructor.
So they get their instructor license and have a job too.
Exactly.
So you got a lot going on.